In the next two examples, we'll look at percentages that add to more or less than 100%. So in example 3 here, we're constructing the appropriate graph for the data. These are class activities in online learning. So video and PowerPoint presentations were 58%, textbook and written materials 52%. Oh, look, already we're over 100%. They got written assignments, 51% of the classes used those, quizzes, 49%, and so on. So what we're seeing here is that our total is greater than 100%. You might think, well, how can this be? Well, some classes are using more than one at the same time. So these are not separate categories. If you use one of these methods for online learning, you're not restricted from using the others. So a pie graph is not appropriate here because our percentages add up to greater than 100%. Pie graphs show parts of the whole, and the whole is 100%. So we want to use a bar graph, and that might look something like the following. So here on our vertical, we have percentage of classes using these methods, and then the height of the bar is the percentage here. So 60%, 58% were PowerPoint presentations, so our bar comes up just a little lower than 60, and then 52% were textbook materials. So this bar comes up to a height just a little higher than 50%, and so on. And then we've got the bars here labeled PowerPoint textbook, written, quizzes, etc. So on the horizontal here, we've got the activity. And notice here that we have some space in between the bars, and we normally would do that when we have nominal data, that is categorical data. These are just categories. They're not continuous or consecutive numbers like 1, 2, 3, 4. So we probably want to keep some space in between here to emphasize they're separate categories. They don't have to come in that order. In example number 4, again, they want us to construct the appropriate graph for the chart below. This is choices, why, the reason for why they chose online learning. So the program was only offered online. 21% of the students chose it for that reason. Too many other commitments to attend on ground. That was 47% of the students. Reputation of the school, 8%. And employer incentive or partnership, 21%. Now these add up to less than 100%. Those actually add up to 97%. And if you only have 97%, you can't use a pie graph. So there's actually one category that's left out here, and that is some other reason. So, and we would be assuming here that they chose the primary reason for online learning. So our other here is going to be 3%, and then that will allow these to add up to 100%. Then we can use a pie graph to represent these. So if we use a pie graph, it might look something like this. So I've got the sector areas representing. Here this was online only, too many commitments, the reputation of the school, employer incentive program, and other. I labeled each of the slices here so we don't have to color code. Color coding could be another way to do that. But watch out for missing categories here. So if your percentages don't add up to 100%, there might be a category that's missing, and then that would allow you to do a pie graph.